Roblox events are meant to celebrate creativity and push the platform forward, but not all of these events go as planned. From security breaches and lawsuits to live streams that ended careers. And today, we're looking at Roblox events that went horribly wrong. Starting off with RDC 2023, where Sim Builder, who was once a respected Roblox developer, would find himself involved in an incident that would lead to the event's cancellation. RDC, or the Roblox Developer Conference, is an event where developers, YouTubers, and fans come together to celebrate the platform. But in 2023, what should have been a weekend of meetups and panels quickly went south. On September 9th, 2023, just a day after the start of the event, Roblox abruptly canceled the in-person Innovation Awards, citing potential security concerns. Roblox announced the cancellation at the last minute, just before the ceremony was scheduled to begin, leaving attendees confused and scrambling for answers. What no one realized at the time was that the decision was tied to the arrest of one well-known developer, Sim Builder. Sim Builder is a Roblox developer, best known for creating Vehicle Simulator, a game with over 650 million visits. But in 2023, his name would be tied to one of the most infamous incidents in Roblox's history, one that led to the cancellation of Roblox's biggest annual event. It all began with a Twitter account posting a series of disturbing images, including what looked like a weapon alongside a set of camouflage armor. The post exploded and panic ensued on social media, catching the attention of many YouTubers, and soon after, the hashtag RDC threat began trending across Twitter. While the account later claimed it was a hoax, the damage had already been done. The community had already exploded by then, with some expressing their anger over the post's insensitivity, and across social media, users condemned the hoax and its impact on everyone involved. Apparently, the whole thing was a joke. We spammed hashtag RDC threat because of that post just for it to be called a joke. People are messed up sometimes. Let's be real, bro. Why say this joke? Like, it ain't funny at all, because it's a criminal offense. Content creators across the community immediately called out the stunt as immature and reckless, with some demanding accountability, and even Creekcraft himself bluntly telling the person to go to hell. But if the hoax wasn't bad enough, things took an even darker turn just hours later, as Sim Builder was detained by police after reportedly trying to enter the event without being invited, prompting a clash with security. According to reports, he resisted arrest and was accused of assaulting officers, but what shocked people the most was the discovery of an unattended firearm and high-capacity magazines left inside his vehicle. While no one was harmed, the situation was serious enough that Roblox decided to cancel the in-person RDC and the Innovation Awards, citing safety concerns. Thankfully, the Innovation Awards didn't disappear entirely, as a month later, Roblox hosted the event virtually in November 2023. But by then, the moment was already remembered as one of the most disastrous endings to a Roblox event. While the RDC incident marked as a dark moment in Roblox's history, not every event cancellation came from something serious, as years earlier, chaos would erupt, not from threats or controversy, but rather from one of the funniest and most unexpected raids the platform had ever seen. Before we continue with the rest of the video, I just wanted to say that my goal is to hit 100,000 subscribers by the end of this month, and it would help a lot if you could subscribe. In November 2020, YouTuber Flamingo, known for his personality and unpredictable content, decided to pull off a raid so unprecedented that it would break Roblox's servers, causing widespread lag that disrupted the Lil Nas X concert event, and even caused the avatar editor to stop working. The idea was simple. Every viewer would dress up as the free Junkbot avatar and join him in what was described as a friendly invasion of popular games. But what started as a small stunt quickly spiraled out of control. Flamingo's community, joined by countless other Roblox players, flooded in, with estimates reaching over 220,000 participants at its peak, renaming his Junkbot base to Junkbot Lobby at November 14th, 3 p.m. EST, just an hour before the Lil Nas X concert was set to begin. And when the moment came, players were teleported all at once into the hood, causing what would become the largest mass teleport in Roblox history. With a raid as big as that, even Roblox themselves would notice it, as one Roblox engineer who worked on the Lil Nas X concert tweeted, "You should have seen the 100 plus Roblox staff/engineers faces wondering what the heck a Junkbot raid was and why it was causing the teleport service to spike and crash." With the Lil Nas X concert, RB battles, and Flamingo's Junkbot raid all happening simultaneously, Roblox's servers couldn't take the load and caved in. To this day, no one really knows which event officially broke Roblox that weekend, but many believe it was the Junkbots that finally pushed the platform to its limits. The Junkbot raid showed how even a harmless joke could bring Roblox to its knees, proving that not every bad moment came from malice. But a year later, another name would test those limits again, this time not with a raid, but with a lawsuit. Ruben Sim is one of the most notorious figures in the Roblox community, a YouTuber known for his blunt criticism of the platform and its moderation, but also for crossing lines that few others would dare approach. Ruben had built a reputation for exposing questionable moderation decisions, flaws, inconsistencies in Roblox's rules, and calling out the company's lack of transparency on safety issues. But his outspoken nature often came with controversy, and in November 2021, Roblox Corporation filed a $1.6 million lawsuit against Ruben Sim, accusing him of leading a cyber mob, making threats that disrupted the Roblox Developers Conference and even harassing staff. The company argued that his actions were unlawful and caused real harm to both employees and users. These claims quickly circulated in headlines, portraying Ruben as a dangerous figure. He would respond publicly, denying the allegations, arguing that Roblox's lawsuit distorted events and relied on evidence taken out of context.
They state that I tweeted an image of one of their openly gay staff members, which has been photoshopped to depict him nude. Wow, that's horrible. Why would I ever do something like that? I didn't Photoshop anything. I didn't have to. Yet they claim that I depicted him nude. I didn't depict him nude. He is nude. He even tagged it under nude and naked. He even added the tag desert, meaning anyone on Tumblr looking up desert could have seen this.
Ruben argued that the image Roblox mentioned had actually been uploaded publicly by the staff member himself. Proof, he claimed that the company's legal team failed to confirm the details before filing the lawsuit. According to him, Roblox accused him of continuing to access their platform after being banned, referring to it as hacking. They also claimed to have spent over $100,000 trying to keep him off the platform. Yet, only a few months before the lawsuit, Roblox had approved his developer exchange payout, giving him over $2,000 for a game he developed called Runker 51. Ruben argued that this alone showed how careless the lawsuit was. He questioned why Roblox would pay someone they accused of serious misconduct, but that wasn't all. In the same video, he listed the other allegations Roblox made against him, including uploading sexual content, glamorizing mass shooters, and even sharing nude photos of himself. He denied every accusation, calling them absurd.
A nude image of myself with only a lampshade covering my genitals. Ask yourself why I, a YouTuber, with a reputation that I have to maintain, would upload compromising photos of myself where every image gets manually reviewed by people that hate me. I still haven't seen this photo. I'd really like to. If anyone has it, I'd appreciate it if you could tweet it at me.
Ruben claimed that some of Roblox's evidence was not only exaggerated, but outright fabricated, citing examples of the dozens of similarly named accounts and out-of-context screenshots being used against him. He also addressed Roblox's most serious allegation, that he made terroristic threats, which caused a temporary shutdown of the 2021 Roblox Developers Conference. He pointed out that the event continued as planned, arguing that Roblox had exaggerated the situation, and the tweet Roblox cited was clearly meant as dark humor, a joke that Roblox took out of context to make their lawsuit appear more severe. In the months that followed, the lawsuit gained massive attention across the Roblox community. News outlets, YouTubers, and RTC accounts all weighed in, some defending Ruben, while others condemning him. Under an RTC Twitter poll asking whether people agreed with the hashtag Free Ruben Sim movement, the majority sided with him, with over 60% voting yes, but the replies had a sharp divide. While many believed Roblox had overreacted, there are some that felt that Ruben's own behavior over the years had finally caught up with him. Roblox developers like Cindering, known for his game Roblox High School, voiced strong disapproval, stating, "The fact that so many people here have chosen to forget about how he has constantly harassed other community members over the years is disgusting. Stop excusing awful behavior just because you like someone's content." That comment sparked another wave of backlash, with others pointing out that Cindering's own games were often criticized for online dating roleplay, leading some to call him a hypocrite. Replies ranged from, "You are not in a position to criticize him," to accusations stating that both sides, Ruben supporters and Roblox's defenders, were missing the bigger picture. By early 2022, the legal battle quietly came to an end, with both parties reaching a private settlement, avoiding trial. According to reports, Ruben was required to pay thousands in legal fees and remain permanently banned from Roblox. He was also instructed to remove certain videos related to the platform. Ruben later claimed that the lawsuit was less about justice and more about silencing criticism, suggesting Roblox wanted to make an example out of him. Meanwhile, Roblox defended their actions, saying that they were meant to protect staff and users from harassment. And while the lawsuit may have ended, the impact it had didn't. It exposed the cracks running through Roblox between creators and corporations, criticism and censorship. And for a platform built on freedom and imagination, it was a moment that redefined what it meant to speak out on Roblox. But that wouldn't be the last time Roblox's decisions would ignite a community-wide backlash. The Hatch was the most anticipated Roblox event of the year, the long-awaited comeback of Egg Hunt after the 2020 Agents of EGG. It was meant to be the long-awaited return of one of Roblox's most iconic events, events, but instead, the hatch would go down as one of the most disliked, chaotic, and controversial events in the platform's history. The hatch was supposed to be a massive platform-wide hunt featuring over 1,000 games. It was Roblox's attempt to revive the magic of the classic egg hunts, massive collaborative events that once united the entire platform. But for many developers that were part of the event, the hatch didn't feel like a comeback, it felt like a mess. With over 1,000 games included, the event quickly became a logistical nightmare, as the developers were given little direction, tight deadlines, and almost no communication from Roblox itself. To make matters worse, each game is required to only have 2 to 3 minutes of gameplay before players get the egg. Many developers criticized how impossible it was to make their game stand out, calling it a quantity over quality approach that turned what could have been an event fueled by the creativity of countless developers into a rushed, disorganized experience. But the event's messy structure wasn't the only problem. Among the few hundred selected games was one that immediately drew backlash, a developer known as the Official Teddy, whose previous games had long been criticized for their inappropriate content, had somehow been chosen to represent Roblox in its biggest event of the year. Players and developers were both stunned and furious. Many questioned how such an oversight could have even happened, considering Teddy's history of moderation issues and games that frequently toed the platform's most sensitive boundaries. The community had only one question in mind: how did this slip through Roblox's screening process? Within hours, major creators like Minitoon, developer of Piggy, announced they were pulling out of the hatch. One by one, massive titles began opting out: Doors, 3008, Untitled Tag Game, Guts and Black Powder, Bloxburg, and more. What was supposed to be a celebration quickly became a public boycott, with the hashtag #BoycottTheHatch flooding social media. As the situation spiraled, on June 8th, 2025, Roblox finally issued a statement claiming that the Official Teddy will not be a part of this event, but by then, the damage was already done. That same morning, Green Lego Cats posted a detailed tweet exposing Roblox's long-term negligence, saying he had been covering Teddy's behavior for nearly 3 years, tracing a long pattern of misconduct that Roblox had repeatedly failed to address. According to his findings, Teddy had once created a dating game that reached nearly 30 million visits before being deleted for violating Roblox's terms of service. But instead of being permanently removed, he returned on alternate accounts, re-uploaded similar games, and continued to thrive on the platform, with his games accumulating 250 million visits collectively before facing another ban. Despite that history, Roblox eventually unbanned him, reinstated his games, and even invited him to both RDC and the hatch. As Green Lego Cats put it, all of this was easily preventable. Roblox just had to take the most basic of action against someone who severely violates their TOS, and none of this would have happened. Instead, Roblox allowed a dangerous user to thrive on their platform through creating games that foster degenerate content and endangers children for years. The post quickly spread across the community, fueling even more outrage and disbelief that someone with such a record could represent one of Roblox's biggest comeback events. On June 20th, after the Piggy creator Minitoon publicly announced that he would withdraw from the hatch event, stating that, "Unless Roblox takes action, we cannot with good conscience support their event knowing they've invited a bad actor to take part." Roblox followed up with a public response to his tweet, but since Teddy's account remained active on the platform, the response was met with heavy backlash, with many accusing Roblox of issuing a PR statement instead of taking real action. It wasn't until July 1st, nearly 2 weeks later, that Roblox finally confirmed his permanent ban after what they described as further on-platform investigations. By then, the hatch had gone from Roblox's most anticipated event to one of its biggest embarrassments. But this wouldn't be the first time a Roblox event went up in flames, as earlier in October 2021, a burrito did it first. Roblox partnered with Chipotle for a Halloween-themed event called Chipotle Burrito Maze, where players could explore a spooky maze, unlock virtual prizes, and a chance to claim one of the 90,000 codes for a free real-life burrito. It was one of the first major attempts at blending real-world promotions with in-game experiences, and it worked a little too well. Before the event even began, the site was already having problems. As early as October 25th, players were reporting issues uploading clothing, assets, and game passes, small glitches that most brushed off as routine. By the 27th, parts of the marketplace began breaking altogether, and by the morning of October 28th, avatars stopped loading and servers were beginning to crash. So when the Chipotle Burrito Maze finally opened, Roblox was already on unstable ground, and the sudden flood of players eager to claim free burrito codes was the speculated final push that sent the entire platform crashing down, and within hours, Roblox was in freefall. Players couldn't join games, avatars reverted to default blocky models, and the site stopped working. By 8 PM EST, nearly every major server had crashed, and for the first time since 2016, websites tracking Roblox activity showed 0 players online, and the outrage was unlike anything the platform had ever seen. By the end of the day, Roblox's official status page confirmed a service disruption across all platforms, leaving developers and players alike waiting in silence. silence. As the hours went by, Roblox's silence only fueled speculation. Some were convinced that the Chipotle event had overloaded the servers, while others suspected a cyber attack. Memes about the burrito incident spread as millions waited for any update. After nearly 20 hours offline, Roblox finally broke the silence on Twitter, assuring players that the issue wasn't caused by any specific experiences or partnerships. But the explanation did little to calm the community. By that point, Roblox had been dark for nearly 2 full days. It wasn't until 64 hours into the outage that Roblox confirmed the real cause, an internal database failure within their BoltzDB system, which created a domino effect that crippled nearly every aspect of the platform. As Roblox worked for another 8 hours, slowly regions began coming back online, and by October 31st, Halloween night, Roblox had finally been restored. Lasting 73 hours, the platform's longest downtime became one of the most strangest moments in Roblox history, and even now, users joke about it online, with one even saying, "The burrito incident was probably the worst day for every Roblox player who was playing Roblox at that time." What began as a fast food collaboration became a story that every longtime player still talks about, the day the entire Roblox platform went dark over a burrito. While the outage was later traced to internal database issues, the Chipotle burrito event became the face of it all, forever remembered as the burrito incident. The incident proved how unprepared Roblox could be for large-scale events, but years before burritos crashed the platform, another event didn't just test Roblox's servers, it nearly tore the community apart. Backed by a blockbuster movie with a one-of-a-kind dominus up for grabs, millions of players joined the race, but only one could win, and that victory would come at a cost. This was the Ready Player One event, where the champion became the most hated player on Roblox. In March 2018, Roblox launched one of its most ambitious events ever, the Ready Player One event, a full collaboration with Warner Brothers to promote the movie of the same name. Players were tasked with finding 3 hidden items, the copper, jade, and crystal keys, scattered across different Roblox games. Solving these clues wasn't just a test of skill, but of patience, teamwork, and determination. But this wasn't your average event, like the ones you'd see on Roblox. The clues were written in riddles, the puzzles required knowledge of obscure game mechanics, and challenges ranging from decoding Morse code to completing brutal obbies. The hunt for these keys became a hit across social media and video platforms as communities of players raced to crack each clue before anyone else. But as players raced to uncover each key, excitement slowly turned into frustration, as many of the clues were vague or poorly explained, and several games involved in the hunt suffered from bugs that made progress nearly impossible. In Jailbreak, players reported scripts breaking mid-quest, while in Phantom Forces, others accused the developers of giving certain users unfair hints for the Jade Key puzzle. What started as a thrilling treasure hunt began to divide the community. Forums and Discord servers filled with anger as users debated whether certain players had been given unfair advantages or insider knowledge, with the community voicing their disappointment in how poorly the event was managed. But it didn't just end with the hunt. When the final clue was solved and the Dominus Venari was claimed, Roblox had unknowingly created its next controversy, and this is where the real story began. A Roblox player named Roku crossed the finish line and claimed the event's grand prize, the one-of-a-kind Dominus Venari. However, the victory was more controversial than celebratory. A critical bug in the final quiz locked many players out. Their avatars were frozen in place as they completed the quiz, and nothing happened. There wasn't a teleport or a prize, but the only thing left for them to do was leave the game. After Roblox patched the glitch, Roku emerged as the first to finish the valid final step, but the perception had already shifted. Some competitors who felt they had essentially won beforehand accused Roblox of rigging the race. From that moment, Roku found himself at the center of intense backlash. He was not just the winner, he was the symbol of everything players felt had gone wrong. Thousands of posts, doxing attempts, and threats flooded messages and forums. In one Reddit thread, discussion ranged from how sickening it is that people threaten him all for a virtual hat in an event, to complaints that Roblox had failed to protect their champion, and even failed to manage their event correctly, with one user even saying that this has been one of the worst planned out events in the site's history, and I think the biggest issue was Roblox themselves not considering whether the winners wanted to remain anonymous or not. Blindly plastering his name on the leaderboard has even resulted in the Dominus owner being targeted by doxers. It's just plain sad all around, while some users are just happy that the entire event is now over, with one adding that what was supposed to be one of the biggest events in Roblox was a major glitch fest. Well, I'm genuinely relieved that it's over. Despite what happened, much of what was said about Roku turned out to be exaggerated or completely false. Years later, Roku himself clarified that while he did receive waves of hate messages and even had people attempt to dox him, rumors about bomb threats and his family evacuating were entirely fabricated. But still, the damage had already been done, as his Roblox account was mass reported and even banned multiple times, all for winning a virtual hat that couldn't even be sold for real money. The event had done its job from a marketing standpoint, driving massive engagement and publicity, but to many many, it exposed a deeper issue, and what started as a fun challenge for the community had turned into a competition. The Ready Player One event showed how a single event could single-handedly divide the community, but this time, the next event didn't start with the players. It started with Roblox's own employees. In October 2014, Roblox hosted what was supposed to be a heartfelt broadcast, a 24-hour charity livestream to support Extra Life. It featured Ghost Games, one of the largest Roblox YouTubers at the time, and for the 24 hours they were streaming, everything was going according to plan, and the Roblox livestream was supposed to end on a high note, a smooth wrap-up. But when the event ended, the camera faded to black and then stayed there. The stream hadn't stopped, and the microphones were still live. For the next 20 minutes, hundreds of viewers unknowingly listened as Roblox employees talked off camera, casually joking, venting, and swearing. It was nothing malicious, but one line changed everything. Roblox doesn't care about our department. It wasn't supposed to be heard by anyone outside the company, but minutes into their off-camera talk, one of the admins realized the stream was still running and quickly shut it down. But by then, it was too late. Viewers had already clipped and recorded parts of the conversation, and within hours, it was spreading across the community. Some were shocked that Roblox employees could say something like that, while others sympathized, realizing that even people behind the platform were frustrated with the company itself. However, Roblox didn't see it that way. Days later, multiple employees involved in the stream were fired, including Alan Fackler, better known as Jack Smirking Revenge, one of the main community figures who had hosted the broadcast, and another employee, BitShift, was also reportedly dismissed. For years, these two had been the faces of the community, friendly and passionate about the game, and their sudden removal sent shockwaves through the player base. Forum posts demanded answers, re-uploads of the leaked footage plastered across YouTube, and fans flooded Roblox's next few livestreams with messages demanding they be brought back. But the company's response was silent censorship. Re-uploads were taken down through copyright claims, forum threads were deleted, and discussion about the leak was outright banned. Roblox eventually addressed it publicly. In a later stream, David Baszucki, Roblox's CEO, stated that the employees' behavior did not reflect Roblox's core values. According to developers like Asimo3089, the firing wasn't just about language, it was about breaching company policy and speaking on internal issues live on air. The 2014 charity stream was meant to bring the community together to celebrate Roblox's growing culture of collaboration, but instead, it exposed how fragile that connection really was. According to the controversy, one of the employees who had been fired, BitShift, later confirmed in a Reddit post that several others had also been dismissed after the incident, not just him and Alan. In the now deleted post, he admitted that before the stream ended, he had been drinking beer and eating pizza, suggesting that intoxication may have played a role. He acknowledged that he might have deserved to be fired. BitShift expressed a little bitterness about the outcome, saying he planned to move on and find work elsewhere. He also issued a public apology on Twitter for his language during the stream, echoing his statements on Reddit. However, unlike BitShift, Alan never released a statement of his own, though public records later showed that he went on to work at several tech companies after leaving Roblox. The community's reaction was divided. Some players agreed with Roblox's decision, arguing that regardless of intent, the employees represented the company publicly and crossed a clear professional line. Others, however, felt the punishment was too harsh, especially for what seemed like an honest mistake. Many pointed out that the employees were adults and that their behavior, while unprofessional, didn't warrant losing their jobs. In the end, the 2014 charity stream became more than just an accident. It marked the end of an era where Roblox employees felt like part of the community rather than distant representatives of a corporation. What was meant to unite the platform through charity instead revealed how much Roblox had changed from a community-driven platform to a corporate brand.